Hey guys, welcome back to the Crafty Home. Today we are going to do a deep clean of the car. It has been a very long time since I have cleaned it. I did not get to clean it at all this winter, so it is very messy. Please don't judge. But today is like one of the first nice days of spring, so I'm gonna get in here and give it a really good clean and a really good vacuuming so that we can start off the spring and summer on a good note. So let's get started. Here's what we are working with. It probably doesn't look that bad, but it is really bad for me. I normally like to have a much cleaner car. The floors are especially bad from the winter. There's a lot of hair that I've lost over the year. The passenger side is probably just as bad, if not worse. Seats aren't terrible. And then the back seats, you know, we've got the typical crumbs and basic kid messes. So. Okay guys, so the first thing I like to do is open up the driver's side door, and then I always have a wet rag and a dry rag. So I'm going to give my door a wipe down with the wet rag first, and then I'm going to go behind that with the dry rag just to get the wet part off. Next, I'm going to wipe the driver's side seat the same exact way as I did the door, using my wet rag first and then my dry rag. The next thing I'm going to do is to wipe down the footboard of my driver's side seat. I go through this with a dry toothbrush as well, just to get all the nooks and crannies and all the crumbs and dust and stuff out of the cracks that you can't normally get. I will also take this and wipe it down with my wet and dry rag. The next area I move on to is the driver's side back seat. So I will do the same thing here. I'm going to clean the seats off real fast, and then I'm going to go on to the floorboard and get that part clean as well. As you can see, I do not keep a lot of extra things in my car. My kids are a little bit older. When they were younger, I did have a bag for each of them with a few activities, but for the most part, we don't keep a lot in the car. And I do this on purpose. I don't like the mess. I don't like to have to come out and clean it up a lot. So when we put things in the car, we always take them in when we get home. The next section of my car that I will do is the passenger side back seat, and I will do the same thing. The seat gets a lot messier because my daughter sits back here regularly, and so there's a lot of crumbs and dirt. So I am taking the toothbrush and getting out the stuff from the little nooks and crannies of the seat as well. And you'll see the floor is a lot dirtier on this side as well, so it'll take me a little bit longer to clean this side. We got this minivan about 2.5 years ago, and it has been such a great vehicle. I love having a minivan. I know that's probably weird. Most people try to avoid it, but I couldn't wait to get one. So one of the things that is really convenient about this is that the seats actually slide, and that will actually help me to clean underneath the seats as well, which can get really messy when you have kids. The middle part where the seats slide on, like I said, it gets really messy from having kids, so we have a lot of crumbs and for some reason orange peels on this part of the car. So I'm just taking my toothbrush and I'm just trying to loosen up all of the crumbs and the dirt and grime, and then I'm going to take my rag in here and try to get out as much as I can before I vacuum. Next, I am moving on to the passenger side seat, and while I'm over here, I'm going to get the center console. So I'm cleaning here the cup holders in both the back and the front, and then I'm going to get this section that's below. It's to the right of the driver's side and the left of the passenger side. I'm going to give all of this a really good wipe down, just trying to clean out the debris from these plastic and rubber sections on the car. Moving up on the center console, I am taking my toothbrush and I am just giving all the buttons and the vents a little wipe down just to try to get the dirt and stuff out of these. For whatever reason, these hold the dirt and dust really easily, so I do like to take the toothbrush to them, and then I'm going to wipe these down with my dry rag, and that is now damp from wiping up after the wet rag on the other parts of the car. So this helps get all the dust and dirt off the center part. Next, I'm going to repeat this with my steering wheel, just giving it a wipe down with the toothbrush, and then also I will clean the screen on my speedometer. After I'm done with the wipe down of my car, I like to move on to my mats. These are all weather mats. I got them from Costco a couple of years ago. They're just a universal brand and you can cut them to fit your car floor space. And so I think these are Goodyear brand. So I just took a little bit of Dawn soap and I put a little bit on each of them. And then I have a bucket of water and I'm just taking my brush, dipping it in the water and then scrubbing out all the grooves in these mats just to get all the dirt and stickiness. These tend to be the messiest part of the car. They collect all the dirt and grime and salt and stuff from the winter. So I love to give these a good scrub down. This is one of the reasons I love all-weather mats, because they're easy to clean and pull out. Now that I'm done scrubbing these, I'm going to take the leftover water and I'm just going to rinse these off. And after they're rinsed, I'm going to lay them each in the sun so that they have a chance to dry off while I vacuum out the rest of the car. Okay, now comes my favorite part, and that is vacuuming. I love vacuuming my car because it makes the biggest difference. I bring my vacuum out from the house. It is a Shark brand upright lift away or something like that. There's a couple of different attachments I will use. There's one that's like an edge attachment. I get all the edges of my car with this, and then I will take the other bigger attachment that has kind of a flat head, and I will try to get all the flat surfaces with that. And you'll see that I will go back and forth with both of these different heads over and over, just trying to get as much of the dirt and hair up as I can from the carpet. These carpets hold on to hair so much. It is the hardest part of cleaning the car. So I will go over it many times, trying to just get as much as I can before I go back in later with a rag again. While I'm vacuuming, I like to go ahead and go over the doors and the center console, the cup holders, and all the buttons and vents too, just to get any extra dust and dirt out that I can. Once I've gotten everything out that I can with the vacuum, I will go back in with my wet rag and I will try to brush away anything extra that my vacuum could not get. Now, I won't be able to get everything 100%, but this helps me to get it as close to clean as possible. Okay, this is my car after it has been deep cleaned. It is not perfect, but it's pretty good, and I always get excited to get in my car once it's been cleaned. I love the way it feels. The one thing that I will do every so often is take some leather conditioner to it. I haven't figured out exactly what to use on the plastic to get that to stop showing some of the scratches and things, but if I find something, I will be sure to let you know. Okay guys, that is it for the deep clean on my car. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to see more videos from me. I post every Tuesday and Friday, so there's always new things to see. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.